What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new Football Manager 2017 video. Today, it's episode 3 in my beta save with Tottenham Hotspur, and we've got two massive games for you, and we've got transfer deadline day. We've also got to review the EFL Cup draw and the Champions League group stage draw. In terms of matches, we've got Liverpool away from home and Chelsea at home. As I said, two absolutely massive matches. Before we get into the video though, if you are enjoying this series, be sure to let me know by dropping a like on the video. Also, comment down below and be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you are new around here. But let's jump into the game anyway, and let's just go to, what should we go to first? Shall we go to the Champions League group stage draw? Actually, I'll show you the EFL Cup. What's it even called in here? Yeah, it's actually called the EFL Cup, to be fair. So, we got drawn against Derby away from home. Obviously, a championship team. They're probably doing pretty well in the championship. They're in 9th, I think I've seen there. So, they're in 9th. They're doing alright, to be fair. They're a good championship team. They could actually come up this season. So, it won't be an easy match, but it's not one of the most difficult that we could have got. Okay, so I've just finished recording this episode, which you'll understand in a minute. And then I realised I didn't actually show you this match. So I've already played this episode, but I'm coming back to do this part before we get into it. And obviously we played Watford, which was a game offline, and it was a 0-0 draw. It was quite boring, to be fair. We kind of dominated, proceedings. But, Watford, we didn't batter them, but we did have the upper hand. They had a man sent off, and we just couldn't push on for the victory. I literally started throwing everyone up front. And I went to overload. We just couldn't manage to get a victory. I even went to overload with about 10 minutes to go, and then Watford got a chance in like the 88th minute to win it. So I kind of just dropped it off a bit because I was a bit nervy about losing to 10 men. But obviously we didn't manage to get the victory. But let's carry on with the episode anyway. Champions League, we have got a tough group, to be fair. As you can see, we've been drawn with Barcelona, Bayer Leverkusen, and Roma. That group is absolutely ridiculous. You've got like the best team in Spain, one of the best teams in Germany, one of the best teams in Italy, and then one of the best teams in England. It's absolutely ridiculous. We were seeded 3. I would have preferred to have got in I don't know what group I would have liked. I think that was the group I was after, the Napoli Sporting, and that, I didn't realise it would have been Borussia Mönchengladbach, but that would have been a group I wouldn't have mind getting into. In terms of transfers, I don't think anything's happened since the last episode. I'm probably completely wrong there. No, nothing has happened. No loans, no incomings, and I've not really looked at anyone, to be honest. In terms of incomings, I know some people are like, why have you bought one massive player? Because this is only a beta save, I'm probably going to play it for a season at most. So I just thought, well, why not just get one decent player that can come in this season? Okay, but let's crack on with the match today against Liverpool. Obviously, we've got Liverpool, then we've got the deadline day, then we've got international break, and then we've got Chelsea. This game today against Liverpool is going to be really, really difficult. That's no lie, that's no, secret. It's going to be a tough match. Man United have recently beaten Liverpool, but we're not Man United. We're probably better than Man United, in my opinion. We're playing pretty nice football, but Liverpool, being a Liverpool fan, I know they can beat anyone on their day, so we've got to be careful of that. I'm just going to switch that to counter-attack, and that will probably be that, to be fair. I don't really feel like I need to change to, actually, I'm going to go like that. And I'm going to play Victor Wanyama. But what can I play him as? Because I don't really want two ball-winning midfielders. That's a bit awkward. Can Eric Dyer play anything? Eric Dyer can play an anchorman. Right, there we go. That's perfect. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going a bit more defensive against Liverpool. If we take 2 points out of these next 2 games, I know it's not the best. You don't want to be losing that many points. But 2 points against Liverpool and Chelsea. Actually, Chelsea are at home. So if we can take 3 or 4 points from the next 2 games, I'll be happy with that, to be fair. This is predicting Liverpool are favourites, but obviously whoever does the little thing, it says a draw is the most likely result. So there's Liverpool's team. They've gone with Alberto Moreno, Dejan Lovren, Joel Matip, Nathaniel Klein, Emre Can, John Henson, James Milner, Sadio Mane, Keita, and Roberto Firmino up front. Interestingly, Simon Mignolet's in goal, Saka, Lallana, Sturridge, Wijnaldum, Klavan, and Ings all on the bench. Obviously, you've just seen our team, our bench is there as well. So that's what we're going to go with in terms of opposition instructions. I'll get a team talk, just say, give the fans the money's worth. Doesn't really do much. As you've seen in the first episode, these players don't tend to listen to me, but we get the results nevertheless. Come on, we really need a decent victory here today. I think Liverpool have they just played in the EFL Cup, obviously, because they've not got any European football. They played against, this is on key, isn't it? I need to put that on extended. They played against Sheffield Wednesday and won 4-0, so they're obviously coming into this game with confidence, which doesn't help, and Firmino's in behind. Oh my word. What a huge tackle that was, to be fair. That was far too easy for Liverpool to get in behind, to be honest. I'm not too pleased about that, but, you know, if we can just keep them at bay... Oh, we haven't. They've scored. Oh, it's offside. It's offside, surely? It is, thank God. We've got to kind of concentrate, though, because I really can't afford to fall behind here against Liverpool. It's obviously going to be a real tough ask to get back into the game if we do. Emre Can in possession, Henderson, Mane, they're moving the ball really nicely, to be fair. Liverpool, ball around the back post, Keita's there again. Nice closing down by Kyle Walker, just got to be careful, he's already on a book on Emre Can in the possession. Firmino, Mane, again, they're testing us already. Okay, so it has reached half-time, it is still 0-0. What shall I say to them? Tell them it's for the fans? Okay, yeah, whatever. It doesn't work, I shouldn't listen to my assistant, to be honest. Make it a new assistant manager. All the advice he's given me doesn't seem to be working, to be honest. Okay, so Liverpool have changed formation. They brought Daniel Sturridge on, then they've gone like 3 behind him. And wow, I thought Firmino was going to score from that free kick there. We just don't seem to be getting out of our own half, which is obviously a bit concerning. I'm actually going to change this system up. I don't know if it's the right time to do so, or whether it's just a completely stupid thing to do, but I need more possession. We need to have the ball a lot more than what we are having, so I'm going to have to do this. Let's just change a couple of these. They're probably going to score in the background, aren't they? That just, I can tell that's what's going to happen. I'll put Wanyama in there. Eric Dyer is like, oh man, what can I do here? I don't really want 2 ball-winning midfielders, but I'm going to go with it. I'm actually going to stick. I'm going to be really, really defensive. This formation looks absolutely crazy, but as I said, if you've watched me Football Manager 2016 videos, you know I play this system quite a bit. And I'll bring Victor Janssen on. No, that's not Victor Janssen. Get Victor Janssen on there, and I'll tell him. Why do I keep calling him Victor Janssen? It's Vincent Janssen. Right, I've got it right in the end. I'll keep calling him Vincent now. I'll get him on and I'll tell him to make the difference. Just get out there. Hopefully, you know, cause Liverpool a few problems. I'm obviously going very, very defensive now. Just to try and get a bit more possession. Maybe try and see out the match without Liverpool really threatening us too much. But they are in possession. As you can see, we're a lot more compact at the back now. Lallana trying to get forward for Liverpool. Here's Henderson, Firmino. Really nice play for Liverpool. Alberto Moreno's in behind Sturridge 1-0. Oh my god. I just wanted us to hold on. Just hold on to a draw. That would have been perfectly fine. But no. We go and concede. And I bet you we're going to concede more goals now. This was always going to be a tough match, but I just really didn't want it to be a defeat. We have sort of grown into the game ever so slightly with this change of system, but it's just not been enough, really. There is still 10 minutes to go. We can still pull something out the bag. Lamella's in here, and we've scored. There we go. Thank God for that. Eric Lamela bangs in a goal. Now, what can I do? Because I do feel like it's starting to sway towards our way here, to be fair. We are starting to get a bit of dominance in this match. I'm just going to pause this so nothing goes on in the background. Right, what can I actually do in terms of trying to win this game? Maybe just go with that. Is anyone looking really, really tired to the point where they've got to come off? I don't think there is. I'll go with that. And potentially, we could potentially get a winner here. A draw away at Anfield is perfect. In my opinion, I cannot complain with that. Dele Alli onto Walker. I don't think there's going to be a chance. There could be, but I really don't think there will be. Dele Alli tries to get forward. Doesn't happen. I do think it is going to end 1-1, which would be a fair result in my opinion. Or is there a chance? Rose? No. Of course the referee's going to blow when we're just about to put the ball into the box. But 1-1 away from home at Anfield, I really cannot complain with that. They were unlucky, to be fair, because we did actually grow into the game. So I can say that with a bit of confidence. I do think that we probably... I know Liverpool had a lot more shots, but we probably did grow into the game and momentum was probably on our side. I'll take a draw at Anfield anyway. Let's move on and see if any transfers happen, and if not, let's just move straight on to the Chelsea game. Okay, so pretty much nothing happens between the last match and this match. The transfer deadline day, can I just note, if you take part this year, it goes really, really fast. In previous years, you had to click loads and loads and loads. You'd get loads of questions. This year, I literally clicked about twice, maybe 3 times, and it was over. It was quite strange, but, you know, it's something you'll have to get used to. Anyway, we've got Chelsea at home today. Now, in the game, it says they're like an attacking team. In real life, they're probably a bit more, you know, defensive because they do play like that Italian brand of football that Conte's got them playing, but they are apparently attack-minded. So I'm just going to keep it on standard. My assistant's telling me go controlled, but I'm just going to ignore that for now. I'll work the ball into the box, retain possession. Is there anything else I should really be doing here? Be more expressive as well. I'll go with that. So there are instructions. Let's get into the game. There's our team. We've got Hugo Lloris, Rose, Vertonghen, Alderweireld, Walker, Dyer, Dele Alli, Christian Eriksen, Coutinho, Lamela and Harry Kane. Okay, so Chelsea line up in pretty much exactly the same formation as us. It is actually the same formation. Courtois, Azpilicueta, can never get that guy's name right. John Terry, Gary Cahill, Ivanovic, David Luiz playing as a CDM, Nemanja Matic, Cesc Fabregas, Willian Hazard and Diego Costa. They're actually without N'Golo Kante. That was something I noticed before the match. He is out injured, and that's pretty much what we'll do there. So we'll go to team talk. We will go with we'll go assertive this time. We'll go with that. So that's actually worked. It's the first time there's a bit of green. It's not the best, but it is the first time we've got a bit of green from our team talk. This is a big game. It's obviously one of the London derbies, so we really need to potentially get a victory, as Chelsea literally getting behind us pretty much straight from the off, but we are right down there, and Lamela's in on goal here. Eric Lamela hits the outside of the post, maybe the side netting, but good start for us. Eric Dyer, Walker. Chelsea just starting to get a bit of dominance in this game, which is concerning me. Coutinho, though, working his magic. Here's Christian Eriksen, Dele Alli. Back to Coutinho. Shoot on the right foot, right at the keeper. That's what we need more of. We need to get our more creative players on the ball a bit more often. Kyle Walker getting down that side. Dele Alli into Christian Eriksen. Onto Harry Kane. Onto Coutinho. We lead. What nice play that was. And Felipe Coutinho gets his first goal in competitive football for us, but Chelsea are right down the other end. This is not the time to concede. It could be a time to get a second, though. That would be nice. Lamela breaking forward. Lamela into the box. Here's Kyle Walker. Dele Alli's free. Oh, you've got to score that. Maybe it wasn't as clear-cut as it looked, but that looks really, really easy to score, to be honest. Coutinho, Rose. This could be a real big chance here if we can get the ball into the box. Coutinho shoots. It's the only thing with Coutinho, he's like that in real life. He can just shoot from some really, really strange positions when there's actually a... Oh, we've scored. There we go, 2-0. I was ranting about Coutinho, but Dele Alli pops into the box and makes it 2-0 from a header. And that is what we like to see. We are beating Chelsea 2-0. It looks like we're going to continue unbeaten so far, which is good to see, considering we've played Man United, Liverpool, and now Chelsea, as well as Watford. But, you know, them three teams, the tough games... we're unbeaten, which is impressive. Can't really complain at that. Here's Rose, Coutinho, who's causing them problems all day. Lamela, Eriksen, someone put it in. Oh, wow. Someone just had to get a shot on target, really, there. We were that close to the goal that if someone shoots, and we'll probably score, it's still getting knocked around in there. I thought we may have scored from another corner there. Kyle Walker trying to get something going again. Coutinho in possession with the shot. Again, Coutinho coming so close. I think I've bought a real gem of a player in Coutinho. I like him at Liverpool. I think, you know, pretty much every Liverpool fan does. So bringing him in kind of made sense. But we have got this dominance over Chelsea. Eriksen puts a ball in as I'm just about to make a team talk. Let's just see if anything happens. If Chelsea counter, I'll have to get rid of this. It's a penalty. There we go. Penalty to ourselves. I'll save the team talk. Harry Kane's got a chance. I believe it's going to be Harry Kane anyway to make it 3-0. John Terry's been sent off as well, so it's game over if we put this in the back of the net. It should be game over anyway. Harry Kane, 3-0. There we go, game over. Simple as that. I'm going to go to defensive even though they've had a man sent off. I could try and push on and get more goals, but I really don't need to, do I? I'm just going to encourage the lads. They're doing really well, to be fair. Rose out wide. Chelsea obviously now down to 10 men. We're 3-0 up. What a beautiful, beautiful game this has turned out to be, and it's 4-0. There we go. It's as simple as that for us. 4-0 against Chelsea. This is probably going to be one of the better results of the season. 4 goals, 2-0. It could get worse for Chelsea, to be fair. Despite the fact they're on defensive, we're just going to carry on attacking their box. Here's Rose. Can he find someone? He finds Eric Dyer. Dyer out to Kyle Walker. We've got all the time in the world, lads. There's no need to rush anything. Harry Kane, 5-0. There we go. I told you I've got a good feeling about this season. I know the game against Watford wasn't ideal. Chelsea looking to get forward. It would be a shame if they do score. I'd like a clean sheet at this point. I don't really care if we win 6-7-0. I'd rather us win 5-0 and 6-1. But Harry Kane is through again and he shoots, but it's just wide. Do you know what? I'm going to bring some players on because they may relish in this. Harry Kane's on a hat-trick. I can't really bring him off, actually. That would be a bit harsh. I'll bring Eric Lamela off for Son. And what else can I do? I'll bring Christian Eriksen off for Musa Sissoko. Just purely because players might want to get involved in this. We're 5-0 up against Chelsea. Who wouldn't want to be involved in this? Matic trying to get forward. Hugo Lloris actually makes a decent save. It's probably the first time we've really been tested in this game. That little period after the red card, though, where we scored 3 goals, really just killed this game off. And it looks like it's going to end 5 goals to 0. What a match this was. Tottenham 5, Chelsea 0. That's absolutely incredible. Obviously, it wasn't helped by the Chelsea sending off. But if you ignore the sending off, we still would have got a penalty even if he got booked, and that would have been 3-0. We could have pushed on and made it 4. So it was a real incredible result. I'm delighted with that, to be fair. So are the players. And the fact it was like a London derby, absolutely incredible. Fantastic result. Yep, I'll go with that. And it moves us up to second in the table. Obviously, other teams still yet to play. But to be up there and just beating Chelsea 5-0, it's a pretty decent episode, to be fair. Okay, so in the next episode, we're going to play Leverkusen and Leicester, which is obviously our next 2 games, as you can see there. But then I'm going to play Derby and Bournemouth offline before we have the game against Barcelona and Southampton, in the episode after that. If you have enjoyed, let me know by dropping a like on the video. Also, be sure to comment down below what you thought of the 2 games in this episode. Obviously, the Liverpool draw and Chelsea 5-0. And be sure to subscribe if you are new around here. But thank you all for watching. Until next time, goodbye.